Coolpad Cool Changer 1Z. Strange name for a phone, yet the phone is pretty interesting since it does offer some decent specs at a price tag of just around $160. I'm Christopher for ChinaMobileMag with the full review of this powerful budget phablet. Package contents aren't that spectacular. You get the usual paperwork, a USB Type-C cable and a 2A power supply. A SIM needle is included too. The body isn't entirely made from metal. The frame around the screen glass together with the antenna caps on the rear are made from a single piece of plastic. Just the center part is made from metal. Coolpad, however, have done a nice job fitting the pieces seamlessly together. There is no gap or sharp edges and the parts fit well together. Just the sturdiness does suffer a bit from the plastic-metal combo. It's hard to damage the phone, but yes, you can bend it without using a ton of force. Overall build quality is good, buttons aren't loose, and the SIM tray is also even with the phone's body. Something that stands out is the mirror fingerprint scanner. Now if you think that this looks like a LeEcho phone, well, you aren't wrong about that. In fact, the Coolpad Cool Changer 1Z is a joint venture of LeEcho and Coolpad, which becomes obvious when looking at the LeEcho Inside note on the rear. The front kinda screams LeEcho as well. The phone's face just is very similar with the symmetrical arrangement of camera and sensors. Touch buttons are back illuminated and only visible when they light up. A status LED is there but can only light up in red and green. On the screen side, you have to live with a few flaws. The 5.5-inch Full HD panel isn't fully laminated, so there is a small gap between the panel and the glass, which can cause slight reflections and reduces brilliancy. When using the phone outdoors, it can become a little hard to see its contents under direct sunlight. The picture quality itself is good, but the colors lack a bit of intensity. Bottom line, the panel lacks that certain something. The touch panel supports up to 10 touch points and reacts fast and precise. The screen glass isn't 100% scratch proof since after a week of use we already found a couple of tiny scratches. The glass also attracts fingerprints and it's quite hard to clean. The interesting part are the phone's specs, at which we have a look now. The Cool Changer 1Z boasts a Qualcomm Snapdragon 652 SoC, which is an octa-core processor based on a big dot little architecture consisting of 4 ARM Cortex A72 cores clocked at 1.8 GHz and 4 ARM Cortex A53 cores clocked at 1.4 GHz. GPU is an Adreno 510 clocked at 600 MHz. With this chipset, the phone reaches around 75k points in the Antutu benchmark, which is a good result. Yep, it's less than for example a Helio X20, but the GPU performance is much better, which results in a more smooth overall user experience. The Cool Changer 1Z just runs really snappy all the time and is just fun to use. And the best part, gamers will be satisfied too, since the phone handles all modern games at highest graphics settings with a good frame rate. Even demanding games like Gear Club run just smooth. A downside of this, however, is heat. Yes, the phone does get really hot at one specific spot on the upper rear, which can be a little uncomfortable at times. Memory equipment includes 3 GB of LPDDR3 RAM as well as 32 GB of eMMC memory. Both reach good data rates. The eMMC memory reaches 119 MB per second reading and 140 MB per second writing speeds. The RAM reaches around 7 GB per second throughput. MicroSD cards are not supported. The phone packs a punch in the sensors department. It includes literally everything one needs, like a step counter, gyroscope and compass. The fingerprint scanner basically is very good, but sometimes it stops working for some time. Though this doesn't happen very often, it still is annoying if you have to retry up to 15 times until the phone unlocks. The software in this case comes from LeEcho, so the Cool Changer 1Z runs the EUI custom ROM. At the time of this review, the latest version is EUI 5.8. The latest update was released in December 2016 and comes with the Android security patch of November. What's typical for EUI is the pre-installed Chinese bloatware. Luckily, most of it can be uninstalled. The remaining stuff, mostly the Echo content services, can be set silent by disabling their notification and auto-launch permissions. As system language, there only is Mandarin and English, but by using more local too, you can at least set your self-installed apps to your local language. In case your phone comes with a translated multi-language ROM, you should remove it for security reasons and to be able to receive OTA updates. A tutorial for this can be found in the tutorials area at www.chinamobilemag.de. Feel free to use Google Translate on it. Reception quality of the Cool Changer 1C is great and on high-end level. The only flaw is missing band 20 LTE support. The Wi-Fi signal strength is awesome, and thanks to AC Wi-Fi support it reaches up to 170 Mbit per second bandwidth. One floor below the router, speed dropped to 100 Mbit per second, which is a very good result. While using the GPS, we haven't faced any issues as well. Both navigation and GPS tracking applications worked like a charm. GPS tracking during cloudy sky worked well with just very minor inaccuracies. The internal speaker did disappoint us a bit. Without a doubt, it doesn't sound bad, but compared to some of the cheaper Meizu and Xiaomi phones, it lacks a bit of bass and depth. What we like is that the Cool Changer 1C packs a 3.5mm headphone jack. The output of it is great. Telephony quality has satisfied us too, voice sounds clear and it is easy to understand the interlocutor. Just the earpiece does sound a little bit tinny. A noise cancelling microphone is present. The Coolpad Cool Changer 1C comes with a 13-megapixel camera based on a Sony IMX258 sensor with f2.0 aperture. Thanks to this camera, the phone delivers in the camera department. You shouldn't expect a high-end camera performance, but in this price range, the Cool Changer 1C for sure delivers one of the best cameras. What we love is color reproduction. It never is too intense nor washed out. Pictures just look really vivid. Also, the amount of detail is quite good, so you can zoom into pictures quite a bit before they start to look ugly. Something that is very positive as well is how easy it is to take good pictures. Really, you never really have to care about settings and focus to get beautiful images. 90% of the time it is enough to simply point and shoot. During bad lighting, there is a long exposure option which enables you to take almost daylight-like pictures. This comes handy, for example, in buildings like churches and so on. The LED flash is very bright and a dual-tone LED ensures optimal color reproduction. Using the flash during close-ups, we haven't faced any overexposure issues. Shutter time of the camera is very short. Almost immediately after pressing the shutter button, the picture is done. Also, the focus is very fast and also accurate, so there is no jumping in the picture, which is great for videos. Talking videos, those can be recorded with up to 4K resolution, but the quality doesn't live quite up to the expectations. The bitrate seems too low, so when panning, you see lots of fractals. Maybe they can improve this with updates by optimizing or changing the used video codec. The front camera offers 8MP resolution and a wide-angle lens. During daylight it takes very sharp selfies. With bad light, quality is reduced a bit, but still better than on most other devices of the same price range. The camera app offers a multitude of additional features, and that includes a manual mode which enables you to change settings like ISO and white balance. But not only that, there also is a manual focus option, and you can change the exposure time to up to 16 seconds. The manual mode also can be used as a mixed mode, which enables you to let the software set ISO and white balance automatically while setting focus and exposure time manually, for example. With a 4000 mAh battery, the Cool Changer 1C offers quite a large capacity, and we have been able to verify this. Battery life is pretty good, since when using the phone heavily including camera and GPS, we still managed to reach a screen on time of 9 hours, which equals a day plus some leftovers for the night. With less intense usage, 2 full days of battery life can be reached easily. Charging the battery with the stock power supply takes 3 hours, but Quick Charge 2 is supported, so you can charge it within 2 hours when using a Quick Charge 2 power supply. Verdict: besides the missing band 20 LTE, the issues with the shops pre-installing crappy third-party ROMs, the weak speaker and the non-laminated screen, the Coolpad Cool Changer 1C doesn't offer much space for critics. At a very fair price tag of around $160, you get a phone which does offer a great performance, great battery life and a good camera. So, long story short, anyone who isn't into LTE but looks for a cheap all-rounder just has found a great alternative to the mid-range phones made by Xiaomi and Meizu. So that's all for this review. I'm Christopher for CMM, see you in the next one.